heard about a non-electric bed and breakfast here in the hills of western New York. But we found that getting there was easier said than done. How far back in the woods is Pollywogg Holler? Well, they're still cutting a road through to it. In fact, we've been sitting here a half an hour waiting for that grader. But just moments after the road grader reached us, the road was opened, and we finally discovered the field of sculptures that is one of the landmarks of the Pollywogg Holler Bed and Breakfast. The sculptures are scattered over several acres and along the path to the bed and breakfast. That's right, path. You walk about a quarter of a mile back to the lodge. We've been walking now for about 10 minutes. I'm not sure where I'm at, though. Actually, it's kind of fun. Bits of artwork surround the trail, and you feel like you're walking through some kind of enchanted forest. Finally, you cross the stream, and through the trees, there's the lodge. And waiting on the porch to welcome you is owner Bill Castle.
Have a good, safe trip, did you?
Had a real good trip.
Great. Well, now you're...
Incredible park out in front there.
Yes. Well, we have a lot of sculpture.
Did you do all of that?
Well, I've done my share of it. Mostly it's...
And just to make sure I got enough exercise, Bill insisted we take a walking tour of the place. With all these woods, I asked if there were any bears around.
Yeah, we have had a couple bear. Black bear, we always figured it was a real treat when you get a glimpse of them.
And there is Bill's water well. Beside building a thatched roof over it, he says it's a very special water well.
Well, we charge the well with carbon dioxide. That gives us a whole well full of Perrier water.
And the name Pollywogg Holler, where did that come from?
We have tons of frogs here. And in the spring especially, it's just like amazing because you got frogs 360 degrees just chirping and twerping and minyunking and balunking and...
Barb Castle, Bill's wife, was in the kitchen making lunch in a wood stove while Bill and I settled down on the porch for a chat. First off, where did all those sculptures out in the woods and fields come from?
Left the message out at the university that we store sculpture here, basically. So none of the sculpture actually belongs to me, other than the sculpture that I make.
And how do his guests survive in a non-electric bed and breakfast with no television, no phone, no lights, and no radio?
People bring gadgets, you know. They think they're going to need something for the boredom. They hardly even break out a book unless they're really into it. They just seem to be so fascinated with the ambiance of being immersed in nature, as it would be.
What you get for about $80 a night is both dinner and breakfast, cooked by Barb Castle on her wood-fired cook stove, a bottle of homemade champagne, and this.
Well, this is the guest house, the sauna guest house.
Sauna guest house.
Yeah, and then here is the dressing room.
The shower is actually a barrel that is lowered to fill with 6 gallons of heated water. Bill says you can get 2 showers out of a barrel full if you're careful. And this is also where you sleep, in this loft over the sauna. How many can spend the night here?
Depends on how friendly they are.
Normally what you...
Well, 1 couple, 3 couples is a very average party.
Pollywogg Holler, a different sort of place to spend a weekend, either romancing or just relaxing. And it's just a 1-tank trip away in western New York. I'm Neil Zerker, News Center 8.